Raiders will be battling in-state in Week 9 NFL action against the San Francisco 49ers at Levi Stadium. This Thursday night football showdown starts at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, and Fox has the TV rights. Oakland is a live underdog and is currently getting 4 points in this game. The Raiders are also receiving plus 140 on the moneyline odds, while the 49ers are at minus 160. Oddsmakers have set the over-under at 47.5 points. The game's total is swung upwards after opening at 47, but the original line of 4 points has yet to change. The Oakland Raiders are just 1-6 straight up in 2018, and they are a poor bet against the spread as well at 2-5. The team has posted an over-under record of 3-4. The Raiders are hoping to get back on track after a 42-28 defeat to Indianapolis last week. The passing game was sharp as Derek Carr completed 21 passes on 28 attempts for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. Doug Martin with 72 rushing yards on 13 attempts led the ground attack, while Jalen Richard with 8 receptions for 50 yards and Jared Cook with 4 catches for 74 yards and 1 touchdown handled the receiving duties in the team's defeat. The San Francisco 49ers are 1-7 straight up. They're 2-6 against the spread and own an over-under record of 5-3. Back in Week 8, Arizona got the win against the San Francisco Crew by a score of just 18-15. The Niners' defensive secondary let the Cardinals pass for 252 yards and 2 touchdowns. C.J. Beathard completed 14 of 28 passes for 190 yards with 1 touchdown. Matt Breida with 42 yards on 16 rush attempts handled the running game for the team, while Kendrick Bourne with 7 receptions for 71 yards and George Kittle with 5 catches for 57 yards led the receiving attack. Derek Carr is up to 1,885 passing yards this season. He's connected on 72% of his 230 attempts with 10 scores through the air and 8 interceptions. Carr's got a 6.90 adjusted net yards per pass attempt, including 6.31 mark over the last 2 outings. While on the other sideline, C.J. Beathard has connected on 87 of 142 passes for 1,082 yards, 7 touchdowns, with 5 interceptions. Beathard's adjusted net yards per pass attempt sits at 5.82 for the season and just 3.50 over his last 2 games. We think the Raiders will probably try to control tempo by feeding their running backs, as Jalen Richard and Doug Martin have been big focal points in the offensive game plans for Oakland. C.J. Beathard has made a pretty good showing so far this year, so we'll take the 49ers to win this game, but the Raiders to keep it close enough to win against the spread in a low-scoring game that goes under the total of 47.5 points. For more information and statistics on this event and every other sporting event this week, check out bangthebook.com. Bang the Book is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sportsbooks.